Hey, welcome in, y'all. Tonight we got a great matchup here with visiting number 12 Texas Tech against number 14 Baylor at home. Joining me in the booth tonight is John Smith. What are you expecting out of this game?
Yeah, thanks, Matt. I am very excited for this one. We got a couple teams that are very evenly matched here. Honestly, I'm looking at it. I think it's going to be a close one. I think we're not going to see a barn burner here. I think it's going to be a lot of back and forth. And honestly, I think the difference maker is going to be the way Texas Tech decides to move this offense. So I'm very excited to see this first drive. What about you?
Oh, I agree 100%. It's going to come down to the Texas Tech offense as well, with how they're able to move the ball versus a strong Baylor defense. And then on the other side of the ball, we have Texas Tech needs to create takeaways again. They've been good at it so far this year. So we're going to see a great play already there for Simon in the open field, and he's gone. Just like that on play one. He's going to get caught up to them, but no, one play touchdown for Texas Tech by Simon Softhands. Oh, and it's coming back with clipping.
No, the clipping! The
Montezuma Popoko, too. Montezuma Popoko did it. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
What a way to start a game. Montezuma Popoko said, I want that touchdown.
He said, bring it back. I'm going to be the difference maker for this team.
As Gino's going to lose a yard there on that rush play, bringing up 2nd and 3. He was a difference maker, all right. Took away a touchdown off the board. Thank you, Al Drizzy. You're next on my list of back rubs. Julian just got bumped down to last after that.
Yeah, he's done, actually.
Gonna be the read option here for Dickey. There's space out there for him, and he's going to take it for a gain of 8 there, bringing up 1st and 10 for TTU.
Great run for Dickey. If we're looking at the previous game as any indicator between Maryland and Arkansas, that option is going to be try to bite all night long. So I'm excited to see that.
So we're going to see Dickey step back to the pocket here. Throw it across the middle. Nice catch there by Kovu as he gets hit hard.
What a smack. Hanging on to that ball. Huge.
I honestly thought he was going to drop it on that hit. That was a crazy hit. As we're going to see him coming in here now on the 4-wide shotgun set. Dickey's going to step back and launch this one deep, but just out of play there. Bringing up 3rd and 4 for Texas Tech here.
I mean, it's good to see him airing it out. Maybe he was afraid of another clipping call, so he thought, that's too deep. I'm just going to throw it out of bounds. We don't want to see another one of those.
He said, unless I'm throwing it to Julian, it's going to get taken away. As we're going to see Dickey get sacked there. Had no time on the screen call there, and we're going to see a punt here for Texas Tech.
No time at all. They couldn't even try to get that screen set up. Absolute speed demon out of that D-line with a massive sack and huge stop for Baylor.
And Montezuma Popoko, can't forget to add him there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Huge X factor, the Baylor defense.
That was a massive X factor. You want to talk about
and there's a fumble, and Texas Tech gets it. What is
happening? What is this game, Matt? I swear. You know what? That was planned. We're going to punt it away, and we're just going to gain 60 yards. It's a designed play for that to happen.
Yeah, that was designed already. I was going to see Dickey step back here. He better throw that away. What is he doing?
That is a coverage sack he has nowhere. Oh my goodness.
He had that whole sideline to throw that away, though. I don't know why he tried to spin around like that. I'm glad he didn't throw that, because that was definitely going to be thrown backwards for a fumble.
Oh, 100%. He thought he was Pat Mahomes out there. He wasn't. He's looking like Matt Ryan getting sacked in that corner. It's just not happening for him.
As we're going to see Dickey come out here in the 4-wide shotgun set now. Going to motion Gino out here. Gonna throw that way. Has a man open. Does he have him? He does. Great catch there in traffic by Abrick Magic. Gain of 16. Bringing up 3rd and 4.
That was a magic catch, if I do say so myself. What a grab.
Gino, that animation is what we call the left-handed quarterback animation. As we're going to see Dickey come out here in the 4-wide shotgun set now. 2 to the bottom and top. Going to fake it here to Gino. Going to throw this one here. Does he have his man? He does. What a snag there by
Julian. What a snag.
He had to make up for his mistake earlier.
Mm-hmm. That was a great grab. Those coming back to the ball are very tough, as any wide receiver can tell you. So that was a huge snag. Great catch.
Gonna be caught there, but dropped. Couldn't hang on to it there on the hit, bringing up 2nd and 10 for Texas Tech here inside the 20. So we're going to see him coming out here in the pistol set now. 4 wide, 3 to the top, 1 to the bottom. Going to hand it off here to Gino. Breaks off a man, and he has space. Is he going to take it? There he goes into the gap for a touchdown. Gino's first run of the night takes it for 15 and 6 points.
Huge run from Gino. He said, get off me and let me go ahead and make up for that mistake earlier on by my wide receiver. Now it's like nothing happened. And Texas Tech is going to go ahead and capitalize on that botch punt and take the 7-0 lead. Not exactly how they wanted that first drive to go, but you know what? We'll call it the first drive, Matt. They'll take the 7 points.
And a very interesting way to start this game. That's probably the most interesting start to a game I've seen. The clipping call brings back a great... And then we got a great return here up to the 41. This game's crazy. Austin Wilson on that 37-yard return there.
Absolutely massive return out of Wilson. And honestly, we did not see him much last week, and I feel like if I'm Baylor, my offensive game plan is to feed that man the ball. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's going to go a lot to him here. As we're going to see him pass immediately, though. Hit there out of bounds by Jason Breeze. Houston Wilson with a 6-yard catch there, bringing it up 2nd and 4.
Yeah, I really do think Baylor's got to try to rely on that ground game a bit. You know, we do know that they have a very good ground game and a very good offensive line, so things like this are really what they're going to have to lean on in order to open up that pass against this very solid Texas Tech defensive secondary.
That was a great tackle there, too, by Matunde. Not letting him gain any yards there, bringing up 3rd and 4 here out of the pistol or the shotgun set. Faking the handoff here, going to launch it deep. Does he have his man? No, that's out of play, incomplete. And just like that, a quick 3 and out for this Baylor offense, giving it right back to this Texas Tech offense that started off hot.
Yeah, that was a great stop from Texas Tech. That is a great way to close out on the receivers on those go routes, forcing them to overthrow it or basically lead them out of bounds. Very well done.
As we get a 4-yard return there from Popoco as he ran over a man but started tripping afterwards.
Well, he was worried he was going to start clipping him, you know, while he had the ball, so he had to go ahead and just fall on the ground.
That's so funny because when we practice him, and I was telling him the same thing. You're going to find a way to sit here and clip someone on it while you have the ball. Because it's always him that they call him on, as we're going to see Montezuma Popoco with a 12-yard grab there.
Great grab. Julian's trying to make up for his mistakes here, getting more active in the offense. And honestly, I feel like Texas Tech needs to be feeding him and Gino the ball if they want to continue to move the ball against this Baylor defense.
They got to feed that man, too, because he had that great first catch, and now he gets his first one here that actually counts for 10 and another first. As we're going to see him come out here.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't remember a first catch, so I think that was his first one.
Throwing it deep here, hits his man. That's Popoco again, 19 yards, bringing up 1st and 10 for Texas Tech again, as he's getting involved early here. And Texas Tech loves to see that, as he's had a slow stretch so far to start this season.
Absolutely, and he has been absolutely feasting on these cutback routes. Both of his decent yard gains have been on coming back to the ball, and clearly that's going to keep working if they're going to play soft in the zone.
Coming out here in the 4-wide shotgun set now is Dickey. Has plenty of time back there. Going to lob this one. Yeah, that's a pick. You can't throw that there.
Pick.
Great
Too
tackle
much
there
air
by,
time.
Great tackle there by the wide receiver there, though, not to let him go anywhere after that interception.
Great pick by Porter. Read that route beautifully, said, give me that, snatched it straight out of the air, and that's exactly what Baylor needed because Texas Tech was thinking, we're going to get 6 more and just start to spread this thing open, and Baylor said, no thank you.
Yeah, Baylor needed that turnover. Huge there. Going to be the read option. Great read there, and oh, what a hit there.
Absolutely clocked.
Way to hang on to that as Jamal Adams just killed a man again, took his head. He's still on the ground.
He's still on the ground. What do you mean hang on to that? He's trying to hang on to his head right now. He doesn't know where he is. CTE, can we get the doctor out here?
Going out here in the 4-wide shotgun set, faking the handoff, throwing it here on the flat route. Going to break off that man, but get brought down quickly after. Derek McDonald with the 2-yard catch there, bringing up 3rd and short for this Baylor squad.
Absolutely. Baylor has to be happy with this being in 3rd and manageable here. I think we're going to see an inside zone handoff, but you never know. It could. Oh, see?
Going to be the read option, so that works just as well, as he's going to get brought down after a gain of 8 and a good first down pickup for Baylor there. Finally getting this ball moving after they were struggling the first drive, so
Absolutely. And I mean, this is what we want to see out of them, right? We want to see a lot of option. We want to see a lot of play action. This is what's going to open up the
Throwing
field.
it deep
And that's
here. Yep,
exactly
just as
what
soon
I'm
as you
saying.
say it. Finds space back there with Houston Wilson. JT was telling the safety to cover him, but I don't think he saw the hand signal. So blown coverage there.
Yeah, very nice grab. And I mean, that's what Baylor really has to lean on. You know, that play action is where they're going to live, especially if they want to keep up again with that explosive secondary.
Stepping back here into the pocket now, has someone open here at the 30. Going to get brought down up to the 24 on a 7-yard reception by Derek McDonald, his second of the night. I will say this Texas Tech defense is hitting them right now because that was a good hit there too.
They aren't. They keep laying on the ground. Baylor guys are like, "What's happening?" And the coach is like, "Get back out there. We're running another read option, so don't worry about it."
Coming out here in the 4 wide shotgun set now. There it goes. He's trying to take off. That was an interesting throw, but he makes it happen. And then another huge hit there.
He made it happen. What? The Texas Tech defenders are letting guys catch it just so they can lay them out. I don't know if it's the best strategy, but that's what we're seeing right here early in this game.
Going to be the read option. Great read there from Bryce. He's going to get brought down after a 10-yard gain, bringing up 1st and goal at the 6.
Great fight on the option again, like I was mentioning at the very start of this game. I mean, Baylor is an absolute king of running that option play, and they're going to be running it so far to perfection.
Another option there, and then Austin Wilson's going to get it in there for the 6, making this a tie game now.
They have to feed that man. You know, Matt, that's exactly what I'm saying. If Baylor wants to be competitive against Texas Tech, you know they have that monster safety. You know they got those monster DBs. You have to run it up their gut if you're going to go ahead and score on this defense.
Yes, definitely, especially when you have a beast back there like Austin Wilson as your RB.
Exactly. That man has to be involved if they're going to want to see success on the offensive side. And now we got Texas Tech coming out here. We have to respond. Are you seeing this? I know it's early, but are you seeing this as a must-respond type of drive out of Texas Tech here?
After that pick, they definitely have to get the ball moving again and get momentum back on their side because that lobbed interception is definitely going to make things worse for me. We're going to see a pick 6 immediately off the play.
Right to the house.
Threw it right to him.
Woods with the, again, these Baylor DBs are reading these routes so well. He just jumped right in there.
Yeah, those screen plays always set up for disaster too. Hate to see that.
Absolutely.
If you are Texas Tech, as we're going to see Baylor get another quick score up here, making this 14-7 with under 3 minutes remaining in this first quarter.
Yeah, this has been a defensive show out for Baylor. I have to give them their credit here in this first quarter. 2 interceptions is no easy feat. They are reading routes. They've come to play on the defensive side.
Yeah, just like we expected out of them. Good defense that they have working with back here. So we're going to see a return of 20 there by Jamal Adams, bringing back out the Texas Tech offense.
Jamal Adams says, fine, they're going to score on defense, then I'm going to score on the kick return. Just keep getting me the ball.
As we're going to see Dickey come out here in the dual halfback shotgun set. Going to launch one deep here, and he misses his man that was
he had him.
Touchdown there. Oh, man, he was wide open right there.
He was. He absolutely torched his defender. I mean, you got to be careful with these wide receivers at Texas Tech. You cannot be getting up too close, or you will get burned like that.
Halfback draw to Gino's going nowhere. Loss of 1, bringing up 3rd and 11 for this Texas Tech squad.
Baylor's defense is just cracking down. I mean, I'm almost at a loss for words at this performance in this first quarter, Matt. This is absolutely amazing out of them.
I expected it. They got a good coach over there. As they're going to set up the screen here to Gino, and he has the space. Does he get there? He does. Picks up 13 and a first.
Great hard run on that screen. You saw him stick his arm out saying, if you come near me, I'm putting you in the dirt. I'm getting this first down.
Coming out here in the dual halfback shotgun set again is Dickey. Gonna fake the handoff here and then just throw this one out of bounds immediately. Didn't give any time for that play to open up.
Dickey said, oh, nope, I don't like the reads, and just straight hucked it to the bench. He said, I'm good. I'm not throwing another pick.
Coming out here in the 4 wide shotgun set now, motioning Chris Lee down. Dickey's going to throw it short here. Has his man Simon for 4 yards, bringing up 3rd and manageable for this Texas Tech squad.
Absolutely, and I feel like those short out routes have been there, but Texas Tech has just been looking for the longer plays, so I wouldn't be surprised to see some adjustments here on their passing game.
Going to be the halfback draw here to Gino, and that's going nowhere. Loss of 1, bringing up 4th and 7, and that play call was horrible. It's because I'm up here in the booth instead of calling plays for my squad.
Yeah, so we got Julian down there and calling the plays, and he's like, "Everyone get out there and start clipping. That's it. That's all I know how to do."
We're going to see a return here from the 19 by Baylor. Going to be brought down quickly at the 30. Nathan Noble, a return of 10 there.
They were able to contain that return, which is nice. You know, after the game I called earlier, I was really worried we were going to see some more special team shenanigans. But if I'm Baylor, I'm loving this lineup, and I'm thinking you just keep feeding the ball. Just keep running.
Taking the handoff there to Wilson, going third across the middle. Tackled there by Jason Breeze after a gain of 8 by Sunseri, his first grab of the night. That's a name you got to watch out for on the defensive side if you're Texas Tech.
Absolutely. And I mean, if you're the defensive coordinator at Texas Tech, you're telling your linebackers, listen, stay close to the box, but understand that Baylor loves to run that play action, so you have to be ready to move and cover these receivers.
Great contain there on Wilson, only allowing him to pick up 2 yards there, but regardless, does have enough for the first, and they're going to keep the chains moving as Baylor's going to come out here in the 4-wide shotgun set now. Going to set up the screen here. Has his man, but going nowhere. Tackled immediately for a loss of 1 by ECFL.
Yeah, that was a great tackle. Also, Texas Tech players have the best names. That was a great tackle, though. Immediately gets to the ball and stops him from getting anywhere. You can see that he tried to push him off, but that man is just too big. He's too large. He said, I'm bringing you down no matter what here.
Yeah, he was stopped immediately. Coming out here in the 4-wide shotgun set again with trips to the bottom and 1 to the top is Baylor. Has time, and he's going to get brought down here by Tanuki Hamburglar, his first sack of the night, bringing up 3rd and 18 for this Baylor offense.
Big sack. Honestly, I don't even put any of that on the Baylor QB. The D-line just got there so quickly, it basically became impossible for him to do anything, but he couldn't even get rid of the ball.
Now here in the 4-wide shotgun set again is Bryce here. Going to motion his tight end down. I believe that's Angelo Roman. He's going to step out there now. Has time to throw. He has a lot of time. They're going to find someone they do, but not able to stay in bounds. Run out of play there after an 11-yard reception, and that will be a punt for Baylor.
Yeah, Walker had all day out there, and I really feel like that's just a little bit of the sophomore inexperience when he's telling his guys to come back on the routes when clearly you got to get to the line of you have to get to the line of change there.
So we're going to see Popoko run over 3 people at once there, and he's still trucking with a gain of 15 on that punt return up to the 31.
Every time Popoko touches the ball now, I just can't stop thinking about the clip and play. I got to get it out of my head.
Because they're going to see a fake run there. Hits his man. Android 18 pushing off people. There she goes. Gain of 6 there, bringing up 2nd and 4.
He could not be denied right there. That was insane as we wrap up the first quarter. Honestly, I'm super happy with how the first went, man. I really feel like we're seeing the best out of Baylor right now. They're putting up a great fight, and it's really going to come down onto the shoulders, like we said in the beginning, of this Texas Tech offense. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking the same thing, just like we were saying at the start. Going to come down to how Texas Tech offense performs, as we're going to see him pick up the first down there to Chris Lee. And, I mean, just like we expected out of a number 12 and 14 teams fighting here to up their placement in the league.
Yeah, absolutely. I really feel like this is a very even keel matchup, and it's really going to come down to just maybe 1 or 2 big plays that are going to be the deciding factors. And that's when you look to those 2 interceptions in the first quarter, because those are immediate, impact plays that shift the momentum heavily.
100%, as we're going to see a drop pass there, bringing up 2nd and 10 here for Texas Tech. Going to hand it off here to Gino. He's going to break off a man, but steadily run backwards, only picking up a gain of 2 there, bringing up 3rd and 8 for this Texas Tech squad.
There were way too many guys there. Gino did a great job juking that first one, but as soon as he juked that first one, you had every linebacker on Baylor said, you're not going anywhere.
Coming out here in the 4-wide shotgun set now is Dickey. Going to step back, launch one deep here. Does he have it? No, he doesn't. Broken up by Ivy there, and that's going to be a punt here for Texas Tech.
That was a huge breakup from Ivy. You have to be terrified when that man is running at you on a one-on-one situation, and that was an absolutely great job of following the ball and just not allowing the catch there.
As we're going to see a punt out of bounds there to the 19. Oh, make that the 25. Apparently, I couldn't see where that went out of bounds. I tried to call it.
25-19. It's the same. It's the same. That's fine.
Is they're going to do the read option here. Is it going to work out for him again? It does. And, oh, man, Jamal laid another hit on Bryce.
Sent him flying out of bounds, but Walker said, I'm fine. I'm getting up. And guess what? We're running it again. You already know what's about to happen.
He said, I'm getting up this time. I don't want to embarrass myself again. Coming out here in the 4-wide shotgun set is Bryce. Gonna motion the wide receiver in here. Gonna hand it off to him. Has space. Oh, great blocking out there.
Oh my goodness, amazing blocking. Breaks a man. Gets all the way to the 12. What
that was amazing
run.
Blocking out there from the squad. Even that lead block right there.
Absolutely. Those blocking turned that from, a 5, 6, 7 yard rush into a 40-yard rush. Absolutely ridiculous play call by Baylor there. They knew exactly what they were doing.
So we're going to see him come out here, handing it off to Wilson here, and he's going nowhere. Stopped at the line, bringing up 2nd and 10. He catches second tackle of the night.
We have the added benefit of having the Texas Tech head coach in the booth here, Matt. Is this kind of what you were expecting out of Baylor when you were game planning for them, as far as what they're doing on offense?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I was expecting the run heavily. But, I expected it more from Wilson to see him only have, 3 carries here and not going anywhere with them. That's what we wanted, but they're just being able to get the runs out there with other people, and it's working out well for them. So we're going to see Bryce audible out of his play call here. Going to be a quick screen, and that's going nowhere, as this Texas Tech defense will make a stop here to force a field goal.
Yeah, when I saw the audible, I thought it was because the slot was wide open and he was just going to do a little slant route to the slot, and instead he audibled into a screen, and I got real sad.
Great read by the safeties there that came up to make that tackle, though, to hold them to 3 here, which is huge for this defense.
And, I'm going to repeat what we talked about early in the first quarter when it comes to a response from Texas Tech, but now I feel like the pressure is even more on. If we see a 3 and out here or anything along those lines, I feel like Texas Tech's got to start getting scared. You can't, with the way Baylor's able to run right now, you cannot let them have this much possession and this much control over game management.
Yep. Right now, Texas Tech has to make a statement drive here to get back into this game, as we'll see what they do here. Coming down the 4-wide shotgun set, Dickey's just going to lob this one out of play, bringing up 2nd and 10.
I feel like Texas Tech in these early downs has to start leaning on Gino a bit more and see if he can help open up some passing game.
They need to, as we're going to see Dickey step back here, throw across the middle, hits his man in traffic. That is Kovu Ondowski, his second catch.
That was an absolute dot by Dickey there. That was a great pass. That was a very thin window for him to fit that ball in, and he got it done, so very well done by him.
Coming down the pistol set now, handing it off to Gino, as I heard what you said, but he's losing 2 there, as this Baylor defensive line is crazy. Bjorn Berserker with the tackle there, expected a lot out of this man tonight, so...
Berserker's speed has just been an absolute nightmare for Texas Tech right now in this first half.
Setting up the screen as he almost got brought down again there. But, oh, what a great lead block there to make Gino have some space for 10 yards there, bringing up 3rd and short.
Absolutely. They're in a much more manageable 3rd down.
And out here now in the dual halfback shotgun set. Going to be the pitch option. Gets the pitch over there, but this Baylor squad read that from the jump, as Gino's going to lose 4 yards there. Brian Eshelman with the tackle for a loss, bringing up 4th and 6.
That was some incredible ball pursuit there. There was no chance, whether he pitched or not, that they were getting anywhere. The Baylor defense absolutely swarmed on the offensive run play there.
So we're going to see the punt here, return from the 20. And he's just, he had the space with that lead block, but he just took it out of bounds and said, screw it. Yep. Starting from the 25 here now is Bryce Walker in this Baylor squad. Going to be a fake screen, and he has the man. As Houston Wilson's going to get 35 yards there up to the 39 as they bit that screen play.
Yeah, the fake screen was absolutely massive, and honestly, Baylor has not pulled that out of the playbook yet, and I felt like that was a great time to set that up with how they've been moving the ball previously. Texas Tech defense was not prepared for the fake screen there.
Coming out here in the dual halfback shotgun set now is Bryce. Gonna fake the handoff here. Gonna throw it out wide, hit his man for 2 yards, but gets brought down immediately as soon as he catches hold of it. Bring up 2nd and 8 now.
Dangerous throw right there. That was almost slow enough to get intercepted by Bryce there. He's got to be a little bit zippier on those throws.
He's going to throw this one out wide to Wilson, and he's going to get pushed out of bounds after a 3-yard gain, bringing up 3rd and 5. His second grab of the night for 2 yards. Coming down the 4-wide shotgun set now is Baylor as they're going to hand it off, and he's going nowhere. Loses 3. And big play call here for Baylor to figure out if they want to go for it or just try the 3.
I think they just take the 3. At least I would in this spot, but they said no. They said never mind. My goodness, on 4th and 8. Absolutely.
Gonna launch a deep one here too, and it's batted. It was batted away and caught by Houston Wilson. And just like that is a touchdown, as everything is going Baylor's way right now.
That was absolutely insane. The deflected catch. Oh my goodness, from Baylor on the 4th and 8. Extremely ballsy call from the head coach, and it pays dividends for them. I don't think they could have asked for a better half here, Matt. This is absolutely outstanding from Baylor.
Yes, we're going to see a kickoff here from the 35, as I do have to agree with that. That was a nasty catch there, too. As we're going to see Popoko return it here out of the end zone. Gets it up to the 27 as he breaks off a man.
Texas Tech has to get points here, 100%. I feel like if this is another 3-and-out type of situation, this is going to get really ugly really fast. So I'm really hoping they can come out here and make the statement.
As they're going to toss it here to Android 18 with a 1-yard reception, bringing up 2nd and 9 for this Texas Tech squad.
That brings up 2nd and 9. Man left. 4 down. Mike 6.
So we're going to see Dickey come out here in the 4-wide shotgun set, 3 to the bottom, 1 to the top here. Going to be setting up the screen here to Gino as space gets pushed out of bounds after a gain of 4, bringing up 3rd and 5 for Texas Tech here.
That'll make it 35.
Coming out here in the pistol set now is Dickey. Going to step back here, set up another screen to Gino, and that's going nowhere. No gain, and another punt for Texas Tech as they want to throw screens every play here for some reason, even though they're down.
Yeah, I really got to question the play calling here. The back-to-back screens on a drive where you really need to take points away is not ideal. Maybe they saw something in the defense that you and I aren't seeing up here in the booth. But now they're really going to be counting on their defense to get a stop, because the last thing they want is for Baylor to open this one up by 20 or 24 here.
Yep, time to see if this Texas Tech defense can make a huge play here, as they did last week to get Texas Tech back into it. So they're going to need another one here, as Bryce is going to fake the handoff here on the read option and get brought down after a gain of 9. Almost up to midfield now is Baylor already.
That brings up 2nd and 1.
Those read option bites have been working out really well for Bryce. He has made a big difference with his legs. They're not the flashiest of plays, but they're definitely keeping the ball moving in Baylor's favor.
Gonna hand it off here to the wide receiver, who picks up a gain of 10 there. That's Nathan Noble on the rush, bringing up 1st and 10 for Baylor past midfield.
Noble is so fast on these running plays. It's just crazy. He's grabbing the ball full head of steam and just gets a little bit of space and punishes the defense right away.
So back here is Bryce. He's going to lob one here. Should have been picked off there by Marco, but he tried to catch that way too fast, bringing up 2nd and 10 for for Baylor.
Yeah, that was a great deflection by Marco. He definitely read that route just like Baylor was doing, and I agree that definitely should have been an interception.
So we're going to set up the screen here to Alston, and that could honestly have been picked too, but loss of 5 there, bringing up 3rd and 15 for Baylor here, as they've contained Wilson pretty well, but after that it's just been not good anywhere else for this Texas Tech defense so far.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be some adjustments that have to be made at halftime. They have done an absolutely great job on that all-star running back, but they have to get better at not biting on these fakes. Baylor is just cooking them with the fakes.
That's just where the awareness comes in with these young guys for this Texas Tech defense right now, as they're going to set up the screen here to Wilson. Got the blocking. Oh, way to break off of that blocking to make the tackle there to hold him to 4th down. I don't know who made that tackle, but and they're going to go for it here again. Jamal Adams made the tackle there.
This Baylor head coach does not fuck around. He says 4th down, that's like 3rd down. I don't care, and he gets it again.
And they get it again.
Insane out of Baylor. I just cannot believe it. They said we're coming out this week and we are making a statement that we are here to play. This is the true deal. We are out here. These 4th down conversions are just wild to see.
Coming out here now in the 4 wide shotgun set again is Baylor. Going to step back here, throw it over to Wilson. He's going to get brought down after a gain of 8, bring up 2nd and 2, and Baylor will call their first timeout.
I mean, Baylor right now is thinking they smell blood in the water, Matt. That's all I'm seeing out of this offense. They don't want to settle for 3. They don't want to give up on anything. They're trying to get in that end zone.
As Bryce is going to throw that one into the turf, bringing up 3rd and 2 here for this Baylor squad, as they're 1 for 6 on 3rd down, but 2 for 2 on 4th.
I'm telling you, they say 4th down is 3rd down. Well, Wilson gets the hard yards and goes ahead and converts the 3rd down for him there. I mean, that's what he does, right? That's what we know he can do. That's what we thought going into this game that we'd see way more of.
Yeah, that's why you can't have them here with short distance runs here, because if you do that, then Wilson's just going to have the space to pick up the conversion.
Exactly.
As they're going to bring up 2nd and inches here from the 2.
Yeah, I think this has to go to Wilson.
Or more than likely. Yeah, it was the read option. They read the QB and gave it to Wilson. That's an easy 6 there, making this a 31-7 game here before half.
Absolute monster half at the Baylor. But you know what? I'm going to say, Matt, that I really believe that Texas Tech can turn it around in a hurry. This is a very explosive team. We have seen flashes of that explosiveness, both when you played us and last week. So I definitely feel like we, still have a game here. I don't want to go into halftime saying this one's already cooked. I feel like Texas Tech definitely has their opportunity to get back into this one.
They just have to limit the turnovers. That's been as soon as that first turnover happened, it just killed all of their momentum. As we see Popoco with space out there, but gets brought down up to the 31.
Absolutely. And, in that same vein, I don't think Baylor can just let off the gas, and just start letting Texas Tech get their groove going, because we know for a fact they can definitely put up 31 points in their own.
So you're going to see a handoff there to Gino for a gain of 4, bringing up 2nd and 6, as Texas Tech will call a timeout there. Coming in here in the 4 wide shotgun set now is Dickey. Audibling out of that play call, he didn't like it. He's going to throw it here. Almost gets picked, but does not, thankfully for him, as Chris Lee's going to get a gain of 15 there and a 1st down past midfield.
Oh my goodness, that was so risky. That was so close. I mean, I don't know if I could have defended another pick 6 there, Matt. That would have been tough. But Dickey fit that in the smallest of windows and keeps the ball moving. This was a huge drive for Texas Tech right now.
As he's going to get brought down immediately by Berserker again, I believe. Coming out here now in the pistol set is Dickey. Going to throw this one quick on the slant, hits his man for a gain of 4, bringing up 3rd and 12, and they're going to run hurry up here. They got to throw this one deep here. They can't be going to these short throws, as they go to a short throw anyway, and just like that, Texas Tech is going to have to punt it away, because for whatever reason we're deciding to play conservative as hell when we're down by 24.
Yeah, the play calling in these last couple drives has been very suspicious, I will say. But again, I feel like Texas Tech really has to find a way to air it out against this Baylor defense. Those linebackers and the D-line are obviously feasting in that short yardage situation, so they have to try to focus in the second half on getting the deep ball going. I mean, listen, the first play of the game, they had an amazing play. They had the deep ball. If it wasn't for the clipping call, there's no reason that those calls and that type of play call can't work again.
Yeah, that's how I'm feeling too. I don't know why we just went away from it. It's just like, yeah, we got a clipping call. I'm gonna have to go away from that now. I'm gonna have
We
to
actually
fire
can never
mine.
call a deep shot again. There's no more go routes. We actually took them out of the playbooks. We got a clipping
Yeah.
call, so
I'm gonna have to fire my entire coaching staff down there after bringing that up. As we're gonna see Jamal make that tackle there to end this half, as I believe he just hit 10 on the half again. As this man just stays making all the tackles for this defense.
It's Matt, do you have any big takeaways for the half? The biggest one I have to say is that this is not the scoreline I was expecting. I really didn't think it was going to be a barn burner. I was thinking it'd be 21-17, something in that range. And this scoreline definitely showcases that Baylor came out to play tonight. I have to give them their flowers for that first half. What about you?
100%. I mean, as soon as that pick happened, that pick six, it just turned everything in Baylor's favor. And I mean, I sort of expected it because the same thing happened to us last week. We ended up getting a pick six, and everything went in our favor. And I still can't believe that catch. That catch turned it up for them too.
The deflection catch was absolutely insane. Again, just like Texas Tech with the botch punt, that was a designed deflected catch. I'm pretty sure that was a designed play.
As we're gonna see, another big difference is the -7 rush yards for Texas Tech. You can't have that.
Having -7 rush yards is not the greatest first half stat line that they're looking for, especially when you're comparing that to Baylor's 123 on the ground, which we expected, right? Coming into this, we knew Baylor was going to be ground heavy, but honestly, they've had a very balanced attack. They have the 171 passing yards as well, and they're starting off this third quarter with the ball. So Texas Tech really has to wake up and say, okay, defense, we need you to get us some momentum right here, right now.
Yeah, this defense has to make a stop. They can't score any more points. Honestly, the rest of this game, they can't score anymore, so we're going to see what happens here. Coming out in the 4-wide shotgun set again is Baylor. An audible man in, fake the handoff. Going to be the read option again as he runs over a man and he's gone.
He's gone. Oh my goodness.
Well, great shoestring
wow.
there at least, but that was a defensive lineman too that caught up to him. I didn't think he was going to catch up.
Track.
I did not think he was going to catch up. But, yeah, so...
Fights on the read options, man, all night. We called it from the very beginning when they did a read option and ran for 8 yards with Bryce. He has just been getting the defense to do whatever he wants on these read option plays.
As Bryce is going to step back here and get brought down immediately by Yami Kanashima, his first sack of the night, loss of 7, bring up 2nd and goal.
And Kanashima, you can kind of tell in that hit, he had a little bit of anger there. He said, I'm throwing this man to the ground. I'm tired of this.
As we're going to see Baylor come out getting the 4-wide shotgun set now again. Going to be the pitch option here as Bryce is going to go nowhere. Only picks up a gain of 2 as he's brought down by Ikej Noslow.
Yeah, I think that was a misread on Bryce's part. I'm pretty sure Austin had space to the outside, and he's just grabbed the ball and said, I'm going up the middle. He's feeling himself after that last run.
This is going to be the handoff here to Wilson as he gets brought down from behind by Twerky, bringing up 4th and goal for this Baylor squad, and they're probably just going to kick 3 here, I would assume. Yeah, I wasn't sure, though, with how they kept going.
Yeah, you really can't be sure. 4th. I was like, hold on. They love going for it on 4th.
Field goes up and good, making this a 34-7 game here with under 8 minutes remaining in the third.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly what Texas Tech wasn't looking for. I mean, they'll take the 3 because it was very, very close, shoestring tackle to being 7, but we really need to see them air it out here a bit on this drive. Well, they got to get back to those deep routes, Matt. I don't see a way for them to claw back if they keep going for these short 4-5 dink yardage plays.
100%. They just keep going right back and back and back to him. This is just telling me it's a playbook change that I got to make immediately. So you can kiss this playbook goodbye starting next week as Gino's going to get a 2-yard rush there, bringing up 2nd and 8.
But what you're saying is we can anticipate an LC conversation where you ask for a replay because your playbook was wrong. That's what we're going with.
Nah. Gonna throw it deep here. Does he finally have him? He does.
There it is.
And he gets brought down, though. Gets it down to the 14, though. 58-yard grab for him, bringing up 1st and 10 for Texas Tech.
You know, this is exactly what we talked about, Matt. Whenever this happens, I always feel so good as a commentator. This is what they should have been doing all game. I mean, Popoko is incredibly hard to guard in one-on-one situations. Extremely difficult if they're not pulling those safeties back. And clearly, he can get open. So they got to be feeding him the ball on those deep routes.
100% as they're going to come out here in the empty set now right after that big play. Going to throw it across the middle. Has his man. That was a dangerous throw, but hits Kovu Wendusky for his 3rd catch of the night, bringing up 2nd and 1. I feel like I'm botching that last name so hard. I got to ask him how to say that after this.
I will say, Dickey has absolutely zero fear fitting that ball into the tightest of windows. He just goes right for it.
Yeah, I realized that week 1 when we brought him in, but I mean, I kind of love it and I kind of hate it, but Dickey's a good guy, so I'm glad to have him on the squad. As we're going to bring up 1st and goal here from the 2. Coming out in the pistol set is Dickey. He's going to try to throw out of it here. Going to hit his man on the slant, and that's intercepted, and you don't want that to happen. And that is why you hand the ball off on 1st and goal. Flashbacks to Russell Wilson there in the Super Bowl. Jesus.
Yep, we were just talking about that in the first game, and now it's come to life here in the second game. Absolutely brutal for Texas Tech, who are moving the ball so efficiently. You got to give the ball to Gino there. I mean, I don't think there's any excuse for that play call. You just saw him run for 4 yards. You know you need the points. Just hand the ball off.
Bringing up 2nd and 10 here. Hey, don't blame me. I'm up in the booth. I'm blaming you, Canes. I can't call my plays anymore. This is all your fault. As they're going to throw here. Oh, my.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, look who it was. Look who it was, Matt. Look who it was. Why?
I can't catch anymore now that I'm a hard hitter. That's just how this game works. I can have 99 catch. I can have 97 catch in traffic. Nah, the game says you're a hard hitter, bro. You can't catch. As they're going to throw it deep here and look as
wide open. What a
Hunter Jackson comes down with a 40-yard catch.
Bryce is having a game. Has anyone really saw this coming out of the sophomore? This is an absolute monster, both on the ground and through the air. He is making all the right decisions tonight.
Bringing up 1st and 10 here from the 41. Going to be the read option, and this time they do read it well, even though Yami almost completely overran Bryce there, but thankfully was able to bring him down.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the times where we're actually seeing the read option get contained pretty well. This Texas Tech defense just has to get better at watching for whatever Bryce is deciding to do with the ball as he takes an audible here.
Going to be the read option here, and this time they read it well again.
Very
as Wilson's
well
going nowhere. Loss of 2, bringing up 3rd and 9 for this Baylor squad. And, I mean, this has to be a stop.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. If they want to have any chance, one, they have to put on some kind of God tier, quarter and a half, but they have to get a stop here to get that started.
Bringing up 3rd and 9 here as we're going to see Bryce step back. Has a man open down there, and he catches it. That's Nathan Noble. He's not going to drop those in the clutch. Bringing up 1st and goal from the 9.
Huge catch from Noble there. I mean, you can't really ask for much better out of your number 1 clutch target. Nathan's had a great game, not only on those little touch passes or jet sweeps, but also through the air. Honestly, Baylor's just been able to do whatever it is they want to do tonight, Matt. It really has been a very controlled game, and you got to give a lot of credit to the coach for that.
As Bryce is going to get stopped there at the 2, bringing up 2nd and goal. And I knew Jim was a great coach from the start.
So we're definitely going to give Jim his flowers here. This has been a masterclass of a performance.
That's going to be batted away before he could get the throw off. Bringing up 3rd and goal here for Baylor, as now they're making the same mistake Tech did and not handed it off to their running back.
Yeah, I mean, it's even more egregious here when you have, what I consider a top 5 back in the league. The read option works again, though. Bryce getting in the end zone.
Making this a 41-7 game with under 5 minutes remaining in the 3rd.
We've seen some crazy things in the ECFL, Matt. You never know, but the way the game is going, it's very hard for me to say that a comeback is in the future here.
Hey, look, I don't need no more hope, man. Oh, my God. I'm just looking on to next week now, even though that's probably not going to be a lot of fun at all. As we're going to see Jamal here with a return up to the 27. 22-yard return by Jamal there. Stop talking now, Canes. I'm just ready to play Cyberpunk after this game now. I gotta take my anger out, just kill a whole bunch of robots.
You're gonna see Dicky. Start naming all the robots, Julian. Clipping this.
I'm gonna say, clip this, motherfucker. Take my clip since I had to take yours earlier. Bringing up for the 2nd and 6 out of the shotgun here. Hits his man Simon, breaks off a guy, gets it up to the 45 on a 12-yard reception for the first down.
I mean, it is good to see Texas Tech moving the ball. I do still want to give you guys love when it does happen, but it's just too little too late on the offensive side as far as I'm concerned here.
As they're going to throw it here to Abrick Magic for a gain of 9, bringing up 2nd and 1. Oh, I wish I was old enough to do that too, Julian. Oh my god. I got another month to go before that. As we're going to see him come out here in the 4-wide shotgun set now. Oh, look, a handoff to Gino. Don't like that, though, because it's a freaking halfback draw.
The halfback draw, I don't think has worked one time for this offense tonight. When they just get in the I form and give Gino the ball, he gets yards. Yeah, I don't understand this obsession with the draw play.
I'm out here 3rd and 5. Oh, look, they called it again. And Gino goes nowhere, a loss of 1. I hate this playbook. I thought I liked it at first, but I hate it. They just call the same plays that don't work over and over again. It's almost like we have a freaking... You know, you would think the AI would be smart, but I think human play calling is a lot smarter, and this is why AI will never take over the humans. Jesus Christ. I'm having a whole rant over here about AI taking over freaking the world now. Jesus. Anyone want to come substitute me before I lose my mind up in this booth? Calling out to anyone.
I don't know if NCAA 14 is really the best predictor on whether or not AI will take over the world, but if it is, I tell you what, this is not a good sign for them.
As we're going to see an Austin Wilson rush there for 5 yards, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Yeah, it's just Texas Tech on both sides. The defense just wasn't prepared for what Baylor's been able to do. And honestly, Bryce Walker has had a freaking field day, man. He has just whatever he wants out there is happening. And from the very first start with the clipping play all the way to the deflected catch, you just kind of knew this was going to be Baylor's game. And I kept hoping that we would see some kind of a spark out of Texas Tech, but this playbook is just not allowing that. As we see Bryce go again, he's not even getting tackled. He's just getting a little shoulder bumped out of bounds.
Yeah.
It's unreal what he's doing on the ground today.
Yeah, I mean, once that deflected catch happened, I just felt it in my soul. I was like, yep, we're chalking up next week. I'm just focusing on calling this play as neutral as I can without ripping my hair out. Oh my god, we finally did something.
Got a pick 6, right? Nope, maybe they'll catch him. Nah,
Ooh, almost
gone.
did.
He's gone.
Well, we needed that about a quarter and a half ago.
Yep, maybe that'll spark something if you get 2 more of those in a row. Then we got a game. We just really.
That's what we need. The biggest thing is we gotta stop the run.
Points. Absolutely. Also, I don't know if you saw, Coach Dissolving said that you're tanking to get into the portal.
Oh yeah, bro. I'm already retiring from coaching after 1 year. I just, first I have to deal with Canes every day. Every time I try to talk to him about something, he always sounds annoyed. He's like, bro, go ask Kickler. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll be right back. Now, after that, I have to deal with these crazy blowout games. And, none of our games have been close. We're either blowing out the team or we're getting blown out, bro. Yeah, Julian, this wants to make me spark an addiction too, bro. I feel you.
Yeah, I gotta say, I don't think this playbook is the answer, Matt. I don't think this is where you want to be. I think you've only thrown the deep ball 3 times, and I'm pretty sure you had 3 completions on the deep ball. But for some reason, your offense isn't putting that together, and instead they want to run a halfback draw 40 times a game.
Terrible. Oh, he got off of that though, but Way to come back and help them there by eCash. Lost a 3 there, bringing up 3rd and 7. And I mean, a quick stop here and an actual score from the offense. I mean, then it's pretty close again. But
yeah, I mean,
that's just a prayer at this point.
The fourth is manageable. Absolutely, a 3-score game going into the fourth is absolutely manageable.
As they're going to set up the screen here to Wilson, and he's going nowhere. Loss of 2, and just like that, TTU's defense gets a 3 and out right after the pick 6, and the Texas Tech offense has to do something here.
Agreed. I'd love to see a monster return. I'm not sure if you're on the returns or Julian is, but I'd love to see a huge return here.
Julian does the punt returns.
Score. Okay. Into a quick score. That would be perfect.
As he's going to return it here from the 30. Gets it up to the 40 on a 10-yard return. Could have been better, but I mean, that's kind of where most punt returns in the ECFL go, because they get contained pretty well, so.
They do. We really got to see Texas Tech air it out here. This is really looking like halfback draw. Okay, good.
Nah, just a QB
should
sack
have taken the draw. Should have taken the halfback draw.
June Johnson with the sack there.
They're going to run 2 of them in a row now. Guaranteed.
Yeah, screw this, bro. We're going generic option. I have to agree with Julian here. We're just going to run into the sunset with an option playbook. Gonna throw it deep here. Has Popoko for 12 yards, bringing up 3rd and 6 here.
That was a great pass, turned into 3rd and manageable. Not ideal, but definitely manageable. Honestly, I know it's early, but to me, this is 4-down territory. I can't lie to you. They have to start looking at it as we need to score every drive.
As they're going to set up the screen here. And I mean, the screens work.
Huge first. Great run by Gino.
Yeah. The screens work. It's the draws that don't work for us.
Yes, the draws, you got to cut those out. Those got to go.
We're the only team that I've seen the screens work 9 times out of 10. For everyone else, it's 9 times out of 10 it doesn't work.
Uh-huh.
Biggest difference for us is that we're running a bunch of tight ends out there. So, I mean, I think that's the answer. If you want to run a bunch of screens, just get a bunch of tight ends.
5 tight ends set out here.
June Johnson with another sack there as Dickey tried to run but couldn't get away.
When you played us in week 1 and I saw the 5 tight end set, I said, "What is happening? I don't understand this offense anymore. I don't understand football."
As they're going to see Dickey come out here in the 4-wide shotgun set, going to throw this one out to his man Chris Lee for 6 yards, bringing up 3rd and 7 for Texas Tech. As we're probably going to hit into the 4th right now, with your score being Baylor 41, Texas Tech 14. Y'all get your 4s up in chat. I just stole John's job.
Yeah, it's all good. I was just about to tell him that, but it's fine. I'm going to tell him put the 5s up. Put the 5s up, everybody. Let Matt know he's wrong. We're calling
we gotta go to
already.
Yeah, we got to go to 10 overtimes tonight. I said it earlier in chat. Oh, now my dogs are barking.
Well, we both know you like to talk about feet, Matt. Let's keep it focused on football here.
Oh man, I don't like that play call. Especially Gino.
2-yard pass on a curl. What the hell? Oh. Pardon me.
I don't even know why. I don't even know why Gino fell there. He had a lot of space around him.
He did.
That throw was also not on target. As we're gonna see Dickey here, throw across. No, hits the first though.
Huge.
They needed that first definitely. As Abraham Magic is gonna pick up 8.
The game was pretty much over if they don't get the first there. So that was absolutely massive.
Coming out here in the 4-wide shotgun set is Dickey. Hey, Wilson, I just want you to know that this game calls play calls worse than Madden, which is saying something. If you don't believe me, just check out all the halfback draws we've done tonight.
You guys love
coming out 2nd and 3 here. And the 2-yard out routes while we're down 20.
You do love that as well, while you're down 20.
I mean, we did the same thing with Ole Miss, too, we just like that, just thrown into a bunch of coverage.
Absolutely swamped with Baylor jerseys, and I gotta say, Matt, that's gotta be the game. I mean, Baylor came out, made a statement. I gotta give them all their flowers. I'm not gonna be negative towards you guys. I'm just gonna be very positive towards Baylor. What a performance! What a playbook call! This has just been an absolute monster for them this game.
As we're going to see Baylor come out here in the 4-wide shotgun set. That was supposed to be a halfback draw, but that clearly did not work out. I mean, I wish that happened to us because I don't like halfback draws to begin with.
Yeah, I think Baylor at this stage is going to keep doing what they do best. A lot of read option, probably a lot of fakes, or just continue to keep the ball moving. There we go. Ooh, what a smack. You know, the one thing I'll give Texas Tech in this game when it's not close is that they're putting people in the hospital. All right.
But yeah, that would be me. I just keep putting them in the hospital.
You're just trying to kill the opponent. That's it. You're trying to get them down to so few amount of players they can't win by default.
Yeah, that's what I have to do because I can't catch the ball anymore. I mean, like, who needs to catch? I'm literally Tom Creek Jr. now. I don't know if you knew his play or not, but he was the same way. So we're going to see the read option here, and he's going to get brought down for a loss of 1, bringing up 3rd and 10. Jason Breeze on that tackle.
I mean, the defense is waking up here, but you guys definitely needed this, you know, in the first half or really in the game at all before this quarter. That would have been nice.
Throwing it deep here, and he had his
that
man,
man was wide open. Just missed the throw. And if that was hit in stride, I'm pretty sure that's gone.
Not like they need any more points.
Exactly.
Thank you, Bryce, for missing that and giving us pity. So we're going to see a return here up to the 25 by Popoco.
Yeah, I mean, this is the trail of the tape, right? It's just a matter of pressure. Dickey really hasn't had time back there. And the problem is, you know, he keeps running those halfback draws, the run plays, and then as soon as they try to pass, the D-line of Baylor is just going crazy tonight.
That's what I was worried about this whole game was the Baylor D-line.
And clearly for good reason.
So we're going to see Simon with a grab of 8 there, bringing up 2nd and 2.
That makes it 2nd and 2.
Yeah, I really feel like Texas Tech is just playing for pride at this point. Try to get a couple more points on the board. You know, like the way we let you score a couple touchdowns in our game. Well, that's probably going to happen here again, you know. Make it look closer than it is.
That was honestly horrible right there. I hate these play calls.
Well, it's your playbook, coach. So I mean, what are we really talking about here?
How I need to retire. I'm gonna let Julian take over the team.
No, they oh no.
And look, we can't even hit the one play that works for us, the screenplay. Oh, hey, at least I have something to be happy about. Yay, I got drawn. Julian, you're taking over the team, effective next week.
Look at that.
14-yard return there by Nathan Noble.
There have been moments in this game still, you know, I gotta be the positive commentator here, Matt, where you guys have looked good. Again, I think the deep pass is your bread and butter. I really do. I think you were able to move the ball really well when you're throwing it out, when you're airing it out. And you have a great receiver core that can be extremely explosive. It's just got to be a matter of shaping up the interior defense quite a bit here and making sure that you're passing the ball less on these 3-yard out routes and much more on the 12, 15, 16-yard style plays. That's really all I think Texas Tech needs to do, because you do have a lot of weapons, and I want you to know that. It's just a matter of getting them in the right spots to make those plays.
As we're going to see another read option here, is it's going to work out well, getting the first down again to Bryce Walker. This game just made me realize me and Julian are out of our prime. We got to let someone else run the team now. Give him the Matt he needs. What are you talking about? Can I give him? I don't need the coins. My guy's already maxed. Give it to someone else.
Well, and we're up here, Matt, so I mean, that's just, it's just we're raining coins over here.
True. So we're going to see 2nd and 3 now for Baylor. Going to be the read option again, and that's going to work out well. Brought down by Anthony Spencer. Oh, he fumbled the ball, but I'm pretty sure he was down.
Was he?
I'm pretty sure he was. I'm not going to get hype about that.
Well, that was the worst angle.
Yeah, that was
on the replay
that
there.
wasn't even an angle. It didn't even show the review. It just showed them jumping on the ball. Yeah, clearly down.
Yeah, he's down by contact. Okay, yeah. Dang.
Resolving, I mean, I don't know what else to do, fam. My catching's 99. I don't know how else to improve the catching.
Just improve it, Matt. I mean, you're clearly missing the message here. Just improve it. There you go.
Oh my god, and my Dallas Stars are about to get swept. They freaking suck in the conference finals. I'm not having fun at all tonight.
Before I moved to Omaha, I actually lived in Vegas for 17 years, so I'm very excited about that game. You're having a great night, though, man. You're really just everything's going your way. That's all.
No, I've been reading chat, and I've just gotten a whole bunch of hate. I mean, I know Julian's messing with me, but like, Jesus Christ. I was reading the chat earlier. It was a whole bunch of freaking trolling messages. I was like, Jesus, is Ryan made the Ole Miss game.
Well, the Ole Miss game, you know, they had this unknown freshman out there, a wide receiver, that just went crazy. So, I mean, there was really no way for you to game plan for that.
The only thing that went crazy here was freaking Bryce Walker.
Bryce Walker went 8. This is just insane out of Bryce. This is like game of the year type stuff for Bryce. You gotta give the man his flowers. That's I'm just gonna openly say it right here. This is my player of the week vote, so I'm letting that leak. This has been an absolutely incredible performance.
Now Canes isn't gonna put him there. Canes said nope, only ASU players are up for vote this week.
Exactly.
GG's, by the way, Cowboy Jim. I expected this out of y'all. Well, not this. I expected us to do something too, but I mean, I knew we had to stop y'all on the run.
Yeah, the run game has been there for Baylor, but honestly, I think the pass game is what won them this one. That's been the difference maker. I don't think your run defense was that bad. On the read options, yes, when Bryce kept the ball, but honestly, Wilson has been contained, and that's a top 5 running back. I mean, you were doing what you need to do. It's just the pass was just there all night. And there it is.
As we see an example of it there. Bringing up 48-14 game here now with 3 minutes left. Hey Julian, can we rerun that cyberpunk scene by chance? You know which one I'm talking about. As we're going to see the PAT up and good here, bringing up 48-14.
Absolute great showing out of Baylor today.
That's depressing, bro. I should have saved before it happened. So we're going to see a return here from Popoko all the way up to the 33. 29-yard return.
Will we see a go route, Matt? That's all I'm going to ask. What do you think on this drive? Will we see a go route?
We're going to see a halfback draw.
Halfback draw.
Oh, look, they're lined up for it. Here we go. Yeah, give it to him. No gain. Bring it up 2nd and 10. All I have to say is hopefully a change in the freaking playbook makes our offense look a bit better, more like a team that deserves to be in this league, because offense was not it tonight. As we're going to see a catch there, but going nowhere. No gain on that play.
Matt, I'm sorry. I can't help myself right now. This is just wild.
Nah, you're fine. It just was not meant for us tonight.
It's not meant to be tonight.
Oh my god, even bad up. Oh! What is up with these deflection catches? And of course he loses a yard on it. I love this game. Just kidding, I hate this game. Canes, where do I put in my retirement papers? Am I allowed to retire? Or are y'all making me stay? Y'all chaining me down?
Matt, it's week 3. I don't think you're allowed to retire at this stage.
Figure out.
Minimum
2 seasons. Alright, what if we count the what if we count this as 2 seasons? Hey Julian, we helped coach UTSA last season, right? Don't fail me here, Julian.
I'm waiting for the response. He's saying nothing. He left the chat already.
Julian, you failed me, bro. God, see, this is why you can't talk to drunk Julian. That was Wilson's best run of the day, though.
Yes, I mean, and
For
again, that's
10.
the point I'm making, right? You guys have had good run defense when they actually hand it off. It's just a bite on these options, and that's what's leading to the open pass game, is that you guys don't know how to deal with the bite on the options.
I mean, that's what we played for. We expected a really big game out of Wilson tonight, and I mean, he has the 2 touchdowns, given that was when they were first in goal. So, I mean, he still had a good output here tonight, but I mean,
Yep.
I think we did pretty well for the superstar running back he is on him, but after that, it's just nowhere good to look at.
I agree 100% with that analysis. I think the one positive takeaway from this game for Texas Tech is that Wilson didn't go crazy. And you have to always prepare for that, because that, and you know, in my mind, like I've said, that is a top 5 running back in this league. So I think that is a big win for Texas Tech, but everything else was not ideal, to say lightly.
Yeah, definitely not. And dissolving, I'm just trolling, bro. Like, if anyone knows me, they know I'm too stubborn to freaking quit coaching. I mean, that's probably honestly why I got the job. Canes was probably like, this guy's not a good coach, but he's stubborn. So, I mean, at least I know he's going to stay.
And that's the end.
I still got a lot to learn as a coach, which keeps showing against these experienced coaches out here. As your final tonight's going to be Baylor 48, Texas Tech 14. Nah, man,
Yeah.
-5. -5 what?
All right, Matt. I gotta ask you to put your broadcaster hat on one more time. What is your biggest takeaway from tonight's game? Is Baylor the real deal? You think the 0-2 start has been just unlucky, or do you
The
feel
0
like there were?
The 0-2 start was completely because of the option playbook. It just did not mesh well for them. As you saw, their offense could get going tonight out of the spread instead. So, I mean, yeah, they are always the real deal, especially this offense. I don't count those first 2 weeks at all. I mean, they were playing a freshly new defense out here mostly, excluding Jamal and Ekash, but I mean, that's just something that to take how you want to, but I still think they did really well for how they needed to win this game, especially defensively. That's where I'm most impressed with them at. And then that right there was what gave them all the momentum. Back when that game was 7-7, and then that pick 6 right there just... I don't want to say it sealed the deal, because I mean, it was still super early, and then that too. But yeah, those 2 plays just like made it where they had to go. But y'all have an elite night. See you guys tomorrow for the the game of the week.
Yes, sir. Definitely looking forward to that one. It should be great.